It's just that my last quarantine period, because it was 10 days, I had to deal with myself and my thoughts. Do you know how difficult it is to just sit here and think? Now you can't run from your thoughts and be like, oh, let me just go on. Now you and your thoughts are like, okay, honey, sit. Let's deal with your mental health. Let's chat. Hey everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Caroline, back with another video. So this year I'm a final year medical student, so I received my res guest list, or a VIP guest list as people would like to call it, to come back to res quite early. So I thought it would be lovely for me to almost record or at least document the process of me coming back to res during a pandemic or panoramic. I'll be using those interchangeably in the video. So for people who have not been to a UCT residence, you will see exactly what you can kind of expect, and to people waiting for their res guest list or VIP list, you're not missing out on much.
Knockout. You win.
So in terms of the sign up, not much has changed. Of course there's social distancing, etc., but it's a little bit more lenient in terms of, in comparison to last year, where we had a nurse who checked vitals, all of that, before you were assigned a room. Whereas this year it was more of, okay, sit over there, chill with your bags, come through, sign, pick a room, and go upstairs after you've registered. So now, welcome to my sanctuary, my room. It may look a bit shabby now, but you know, this is it. If I'm not here, I'm probably at the hospital, I'm probably or at the gym. So this is one of 3 places that you can find me. Before people who have never seen a UCT residence res, in particular Obz Square, this is what it looks like. You have your 3/4 bed, at least it's better than the catering residences. I was at Grosha and I was at Clarinus. We have single beds, and you have your own shower. I think this is the best thing to happen, because our girl needs her own personal shower. Come on now. So you have your shower, your own little bathroom situation, cupboard space. The worst part about moving back into res is storage, and anyone can tell you this. Anyone who's ever had to do storage hates it. I don't know if there are any good reviews. If someone would like to, hey, let us know. But now I have to go to storage, and hot damn. I have 6 pieces of storage which are in the room right now. I'm always so shook at how much storage I have, or how much storage I have to do. Like, I'm not the person who packed it. Like, come on now, sis, when you're packing 6 bags, you should have known that you have to unpack 6. It's just that now they're 8 because I have my 2 suitcases that I brought from home. interesting. And the fact that there is a panoramic happening right now means I cannot get any help, and somehow I need to, my biceps and triceps need to figure it out so that I can carry these bags by myself. Okay, so the tea, in terms of what has changed, during your quarantine period, my quarantine period is 7 days, excluding the day that you come here. So day 0, so in total 8 days. 8 days. And in that time, you're not allowed to leave the residence, and you're meant to stay in your room only, except for when you go collect your meals, which I will show in a bit. Collect your meals downstairs at an allocated time during the day, and when you go to the kitchen to warm it up. Last year when we came for quarantine, it was 10 days. Then we could only use a particular kitchen, whereas this year we can use the kitchen that we're going to use for the rest of the year to warm up our food, etc. I was prepared for this, so I bought fruits, I bought water, I bought snacks, cereal, milk, all of that. So, and noodles, because you know noodles is low-key a staple food for people who are living outside of a catering res. So if there's anyone coming in and they want tips in terms of like, what should I bring, how can I be prepared, child groceries. And also I always buy a 5 liter of water, because they give you 2 bottles of water, 500 mils and 500 mils, 2 500 ml bottles. That's not enough. So I have a 5 liter to compensate for the 2 bottles that they give us. So I still have those, and then I have the other. So yeah, food, and make sure you have something that you're going to be doing in the quarantine period. Like, of course you can say I'm gonna watch series and chill, which is possible, but it's not feasible. You will get over it after day 1. It's just that my last quarantine period, because it was 10 days, I had to deal with myself and my thoughts. Do you know how difficult it is to just sit here and think? Now you can't run from your thoughts and be like, oh, let me just go on. Now you and your thoughts are like, okay honey, sit, let's deal with your mental health, let's chat. In terms of what I'm doing now, I'm volunteering for a COVID, like it's a call center, but I do it from home, checking on, you know, COVID cases, assistance where I can assist, etc. So that's what's kind of keeping me busy, and this YouTube channel, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm busy. And then what else has changed? You can't sign in visitors. I'm not sure if that's going to change after our quarantine period, but last year it did not. They said you could not sign in visitors, and you weren't able to sign in visitors even after the quarantine period. So no guests, no overnight guests, no day guests, nothing. So you need to be aware of that. And another question, if you are in quarantine, you can't order food, honey. Yo, my heart breaks. But because you can't obviously leave the residence, and McDonald's, KFC, Chicken Licken are gonna come drop it downstairs, you can't exactly go fetch it. You're not allowed to basically order food, which sucks because the food they give us is a bit interesting. And with the food that they give us, I will show you guys a few meals over like a few days, but it ain't amazing. They need to let the potatoes go. Firstly, they need to let the potatoes go down, because if they decide today we're feeding you potatoes, they're going to give you potatoes in different forms for the whole day.
Knockout. You win.
But I don't know what's going on with the admin, because even today when I went out to go fetch my food, they did not have enough water for everyone. Then they were like, oh, we'll call you down to take some more or whatever. I live on 4th floor. Ain't a girl walking down to go get some more water after she's already walked down, stood in the queue for 30 minutes to get the box. I must come down for more. And not everyone got their food at the same time. Secondly, they only bring your food at like 1. So when they bring the food, it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. And last year, they would bring that food at around 8, 7. So you'd set an alarm, go fetch your food, have it, maybe take a nap and then eat. But now it's like 1 p.m. and my stomach is like, hey girl, what up? Like, are we gonna eat chips or not? Like, what's happening? Like, can you make me some cereal? Like, what's going on? So that's why it's quite helpful for you guys to have your own extra meals outside of what they're going to give you, because it's gonna help.
You win.
In terms of how the food tastes, like, you ever been to, like, you ever tasted C3 food? Anyone who's lived in res, I don't know if maybe some universities have it good, but we used to get some dodgy ass meals and the famous number 7 chicken. By number 7, I mean, you know, is it the thigh to the drumstick 7, so it looks like this. Yeah, so number 7 chicken, aka gun chicken, that's what they're giving us. They're giving us gun chicken. So yeah, at least it's not a pie and rice, because definitely in Clarinus, which when I was in 3rd year of uni, there was a particular day where they would give you a pie, those king pie city pies, and then a spoonful of rice, and they're like, yeah, dinner. Yeah, I'm like, yo, and the gravy or the sauce, whatever. They're like, no, the sauce in the pie is the gravy. So just open it up, get some sauce, eat it with the pastry, but also eat it with the rice. I almost cried, but the food here is just a tad bit better, but same but different. That's what I can say. Same but different. I'm living, but I'm not at the same time. In terms of leaving home, I think I had it was about time. It was about time. When I initially left last year, I got a bit homesick. I was like, I've been with these people since March, because lockdown happened, and then I was like, yo, let me go home, let me shock. Got home, but then you realize you're gonna be home for like 5 months plus. Then it was a bit tricky. It was a bit, because now you're overstaying your welcome, and it's getting a bit, I want to leave. But when I left now, wasn't as much like, oh, I want to stay. I was like, okay, I must see you guys in a year. I need to go to Cape Town. I need to catch this degree, because we need this degree. So that's the kind of like aura I have right now. So that's what I'm focused on. So maybe in a few days I'll be a bit homesick, but now I'm doing well, honey. I'm doing well. So I finished unpacking, or I've done enough. I haven't unpacked my kitchen utensils, so you'll see them underneath my desk. But this is my room. This is my room. This is my room. So I hope you guys like it. In terms of going back into the clinical platform, it was more scary last year, because last year you didn't know what to expect. Last year it was just like, okay, cool, med students come back, yeah, finish your degree, yeah, and you weren't prepared, like with the first bunch to ever go through a pandemic during our degree. So it was very interesting. Of course you're scared to catch COVID, because if you catch COVID, you have to miss a certain amount of school time, so that, because obviously you have to go into isolation. But now if you miss school for that time, it's your responsibility to now catch it up at a certain point. So if you miss, maybe because our blocks were shortened due to the time constraints, if you miss 2 weeks, that could have easily been 2 blocks, which translates to 4 weeks of school in the next year. So nothing was cubed. But this year I think I'm more prepared. Like, I really want to do well. I really want to leave here with a degree, with good marks and just have a good time with my friends, because at the end of the year we're going to split up, because everyone is going to apply for different hospitals in different provinces to do their internship. And so this year is all we have, being in the same space when we still have control over it, if that makes sense. So I want to make the most of it and genuinely just have no regrets. I want to finish big. I want to do things where I'm gonna look back and be proud of. I want to look back and be like, girl, like, honey, you did that. You did all of that. So that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to like, comment, support the girl, subscribe, share, all of those things, because they do go a long way, and I really appreciate it. So if you have any comments, put them down below, and any questions, I will get back to them definitely.